we get cut off there for a second. Sorry. So Reika was talking about how the next step is we need to purchase air purifiers for the studios because as the temperatures cool down, we aren't able to keep the windows open for airflow as much.
Yeah. So I guess that, and then we of course have to have a lot of hand sanitizers and cleaning stuff. But so all total, maybe $2,000 is what we have to pay to get the studio more safer. On the other hand, well, when we closed the studio in March, then we stopped using heater, so that saved us oil and like little stuff like toilet paper and that kind of things we are saving a little. So but still it's not at all enough to compensate the cost.
Yeah. Let's see here. So you sort of answered this already. The next question would have been, what have the technological needs been? So we've needed multiple Zoom accounts, right? We have 2 Zoom accounts, generally for the upper and the lower floor studios. Higher bandwidth internet services on the way, the no-touch thermometer we needed. We already had the projector, I guess, right? I'm gonna try to keep going. I'm not sure why we keep getting disconnected.
Well, it's like us because it's very nice now.
Anyway, I'm gonna try to keep going, but we will have evidence on this interview of some of the challenges of trying to operate relying on technology. Anyway, thank you for your patience. Oh, okay, so this is an important one. What health and safety resources have you utilized throughout this whole process? Any specific websites for businesses or nonprofits, the CDC website or government websites, anything like that?
Yeah, I mostly relied on Massachusetts government website.
Can you say that again? I'm sorry, a little bit louder.
Mass.gov, Massachusetts state government, website is what I mostly relied upon.
Okay.
They have guidelines for each industry, so each kind of service. So yeah, businesses.
And then I guess this is similar. Which websites or resources did you consult in the creation of our Amherst Ballet Safe Return Protocol webpage? I know that there was a Dance Magazine article that both of us drew from, but
so I checked those 2. So one's from Dance Magazine, and there's this other one that Paul recommended, and I can't remember what it was. Sorry, I should have checked. But so, and then Stephanie also, who's our instructor, she also took a picture of the poster that a dance school near her posted on the studio, I guess.
Okay.
So I used that too.
And how much was the board of directors involved in the process of creating the list of safety protocols?
Right. So in March, you and I went over it and then had it checked by the board, and then all along I consulted the board.
Yeah. But they were basically there just for the final approval, right? Yeah. Okay. Are there any specific requirements that businesses and nonprofits need to meet in order to operate legally during the pandemic?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. I wasn't quite sure how legally binding. So Massachusetts has these guidelines, um, and I've been following their guidelines for gyms, um, but I'm not sure how legally binding that guidelines are.
Right. Yeah. Well, sort of in our studies this week, the term social contract came up, which I thought was really interesting, because it seems like we're all following this social contract, or sort of a just like a promise to follow these rules. So I was just interested to know if we were being sort of checked up on by the government, or if, we had to sign something saying that we were following these protocols, or if it's just more of a social contract that
Right. Well, there might be something, but if there are, I'm totally ignoring it. And please keep this off the record. But
well, there were those forms that I saw that you posted around the building with your signature on it, and that looked like
right. Yeah. Yeah.
saying that we're following these safety protocols.
Mhm. And that's from the state
That's from
government.
the state.
I mean, yeah, state website.
Yeah. Okay, we're almost done here. So two more. The last one is what are the legal ramifications if a patron falls ill, and sort of what are the fiduciary responsibilities of the board if something like that happens?
Right. So I guess we need to talk about it within the board. I haven't been having making students. I mean, I've been making students sign the checklist when they come, but that's just to so that if we have to cooperate with tracing, we can do that. Mm-hmm. But that's not to, that's not to get us. It's not legal. How do you say? Okay, it's not waiver. It's not waiver form.
It's not a waiver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, yeah, I have been very concerned about that, but we haven't really.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, basically what we've been doing that Reiko is referring to is at the ingress and egress points. Well, so when people are entering the building, we do a temperature check, and then before they even come to class, they're emailed a list of questions regarding their health conditions, and they have to answer that they don't have any symptoms before they're allowed to take class. And then our exit point is now different than our entrance point. So students enter one side of the building and they exit another, so that they're not crossing paths. And then the last question is just, do you have any advice for young arts programmers who are trying to continue or start their business operations at this point in time?
Don't.
So wait for the world to go back to normal and then try to start then.
We need advice. It's getting very scary. And I think the only way to survive this is to focus more on internet, on, online classes. Yeah, people, what I've been finding most challenging is that, people have so different reactions to the situation. Some people are like, oh, it's nothing. We around here, the case number is so low. And then so those people want to have more classes, but there are people who are super concerned and they would not come, no matter what we do. Right. So, how to cater all those different people is very challenging.
Right. Okay, well, I'm sorry for the numerous technological interruptions, but thank you so much for your time. And I'll try to put all of this together into one piece of footage. Anyway, have a good day, Reiko.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.